If you're interested in starting a 3D printing business or an online business from the ground up, you've got to watch this video. Hey guys, welcome to Crafting with Cory. This is a channel dedicated to the tips and tricks I find along the way on my journey to grow what I hope will eventually become a print farm. My name's Cory. I'm just an average Joe, and recently I've developed a love for 3D printing. I have various other hobbies we'll probably discuss on this channel as well, but for now we're going to talk about turning this makeshift office into a 3D printing business that can actually turn a profit. The goal of this channel is just to document that journey. The journey from a single 3D printer in my basement in this makeshift workshop to a full-blown profitable print farm. To do that, I have to learn a million different things. I have to learn sales, marketing, shipping, taxes, everything in between. I'm very excited to share with you the successes and failures I have along the way and hope that you'll join me on this journey to help me improve. Before I go any further, I hope that you'll like and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of this great content we'll put out. So a little bit about me. I'm just a middle-aged guy with a full-time job, and 3D printing is a side gig I do in my spare time. I bought a 3D printer on a whim, hoping that it'd become a hobby that I can share with my 6-year-old son. And so far it has. I have almost no experience in sales or crafting small items to sell to customers, but I am pretty experienced with computer software, so far I've been enjoying tinkering around with the modeling software used to make new models. I have a mind for data organization. So if this thing takes off, I'm actually really excited to start tracking the sales and streamlining processes involved in the sales management. As this thing grows, I hope that you'll join me in providing some constructive feedback down in the comments. I am well aware that I've jumped into one of the most difficult and hard to get into saturated markets that there is out there in 3D printing. But that's one of the things I'm most excited about. If this thing can actually take off in a saturated market like that, where else can it lead? If we find a niche item that is not out there to be made, what kind of profit can be made? And how fast can this thing grow? If you haven't noticed yet, what we're working with is the small 3D printer behind me. That's an Elegoo Neptune 3 Pro, and man, it may not be fast or pretty, but that thing really does put out some products. So far, I haven't had any major issues with it besides my own inexperience causing prints to fail. So far, I've printed a ton of articulated animals and nifty little gadgets around the house. One of the things I'm most excited about is the enclosure I'm building for this workhorse, or should I say mule. But Cory, a Neptune 3 is not going to nearly cut it when it comes to print sales. I totally agree with you. That's why last week I pulled out the credit card and I bought that guy. That's a Prusa Mk4 kit. My wife is very apprehensive about this. She's not so sure. I think she'll come around once the Benjamins start printing. So let's talk short and long-term goals for this business. One of the very first short-term goals I have for growing this business is creating some sort of social media presence, like a YouTube page. Check. Next, I need a place to sell all the stuff I print. And I chose Etsy, and that storefront's already up and running. So we can check that off the list. But by check, I mean check the link down below and you find a link to Cory's workshop on Etsy, where you can buy all our great stuff. Next, we need a printer that can print at volume. And we've already established that the Neptune 3 is not going to cut it. So in the coming weeks, we're going to do an unboxing and building video of the Prusa kit. To finish out the short-term goals, I need to find stuff that I can actually sell on Etsy. To do that, I need to do a lot more market research than I've already done on products that are actually turning over a profit on Etsy and where the market is and is not saturated. All right, next let's move into long-term goals. So of course, the biggest long-term goal is for this thing to actually turn a profit. Now I want to have fun while I'm doing this and not take it too serious, and especially not turn this into a second job just yet. So let's establish a very modest goal. By this time next year, I want to turn a profit of $2,000, not including the cost of the printers and equipment. Finally, let's set a midterm goal of upgrading what we're calling Cory's workshop, but really it's just my basement that never gets used, and it's something a little bit more professional. I'm thinking racks for the printers, better tables than these fold-out tables from Costco, you know, the basics. All right, here's how I see this channel shaking out in the near term. We're going to do some videos on unboxing the Prusa, of course. We'll do another video on the Neptune 3 enclosure, but then we'll start moving into the business side of the house and setting up the Etsy page, finding things to sell, and marketing them on there. Some other topics I'm envisioning for this channel include building a solid Etsy product line, tracking the sales, and figuring out which products do and don't sell. I'm also thinking about doing a guest appearance with my friend Mark, who has a solid mind for business and money management. I think that will play an important role in this channel. If you're interested in watching us grow, I hope you'll join us as we embark on this journey. Most importantly, please leave comments below, ask questions, And I know somebody out there has done this before that has valuable experience they can impart. Please, I want to hear it. I plan to be very active in the comments and engage with the community. Hey, thank you for tuning in to the very first video at Cory's Workshop. I hope you enjoyed this video and you'll tune in next time as we turn these small fold-out tables in my basement into a monetized workspace that can actually turn a profit. Please subscribe and like below, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.